Hello, Top 10 fans, and welcome to another episode of Topic
Thunder.
Here from the Top 10 show. I am John Roca.
I am Matt Nost, and this is a show brought to you by our patrons who send in questions at a specific email address.
Yeah.
And we answer whatever in the world is sent. We have no idea what it is before we get it, and I haven't the foggiest idea whose turn it is to go first.
I think it's mine, so I'll just go ahead and do that and jump on it. But yeah, well, if you want to sign up and be a patron of the Top 10, you can do so at the address right above my head. Or if you're listening to us on a podcast version of the show, patreon.com/the top 10 number 10 there. $5 and above gets you the opportunity to send in your comments and your questions and your thoughts. And we never read them ahead of time. So it's always an impromptu situation and organic responses from both of us. So, all right, Lawrence Witt's the first one. Thank you, Lawrence, for your email here. Hi, guys. Hope you're both doing great and staying well. My other half and I recently finished a Arnold Schwarzenegger rewatch, and for the most part, loved every minute. I had forgotten how much he lifted movies, and particularly in the 80s, just had, quote unquote, it. I wanted to get your thoughts on Arnie in general, his impact to cinema, and what you think you would like to see him do next. Hope you both stay well. Thanks, guys. All right, Matt, what's your thoughts on Arnie overall? What would you want to see him do next?
I love Arnie, but he was tailor-made for guys our age-ish and a little younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you grew up with him at all, he's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And I even appreciated him trying to take chances with comedy, even though I'm not a fan of the comedies, but he tried. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of, I would assume anything he comes back for this at this point is grizzled old man.
Yeah.
Which I know I said Bruce Willis, like on the last Topic Thunder for Dark Knight, but sure, why not? Give me a version of that where maybe it's not named Batman, but it's the same fucking thing.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Yeah. Because he does
as a grizzled old superhero coming back,
just
on the cape
one last time, just has to, but it's not Batman because of the accent, and it's going to throw you off on the Bruce Wayne thing.
It's kind of brilliant,
but the same fucking thing, and be like, I buy it. Let's go. Let's do this, man.
Yeah.
Just don't drop shitty puns. But why would he do that? He learned from that mistake the last time. So,
and don't cast Stallone as your villain, for God's sakes. So you can keep it out of that realm. Yeah, I think it's a weird time now, Matt, because you don't really hear the stories like you heard in the past. You know, these people coming from very poor situations, scrambling up to become these successful things. Nowadays, there are a lot of avenues from which to achieve the possibility of success at a younger age. You see blueprints, steps you can take. Whatever. There's still the stories, of course, of people coming from poverty who achieve stuff, but it's not as celebrated as it once was in the old days. And Schwarzenegger certainly symbolized that. A kid from a town in Austria who like just kind of worked his way into a position to be able to be a superstar. If you watch that 30 for 30, that mini 30 for 30 they did on him, where he was like sneaking out of the barracks at night when he was serving in Austria during the military to compete in bodybuilding competitions. He was risking getting kicked out of the military, possibly court-martialed, what have you, or put in jail there. And he kept doing that, kept lifting. He would sneak off and do his session. So he was really determined to achieve this thing. And that's, I think, what he symbolizes for, as you said, what he represents for those of us of our age and a little bit younger is he's a guy who he wanted to go get what he wanted to get in life. He was not going to hear no for an answer. And he overcame so many obstacles to become a successful bodybuilder, a successful superstar actor, well, you can argue successful governor, but still achieve that position.
Yeah, every politician, you can argue.
Right. And then come back to the movies and still have a footprint, a celebrity carbon footprint in our world. He's still followed by millions on all the social media accounts, and he still carries weight when he speaks or when he talks about anything. So overall, that's my impression of him as a person. As far as the movies, for like an 8-year or 10-year stretch of time, anytime you heard the name Schwarzenegger, you were excited to go see the movie. Not so much now, but certainly that's a rarity in our world.
It is. Yeah, he confidenced his way to a governorship. It's pretty impressive. It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
in one of the biggest states ever. as a Republican in an uber democratic area or areas.
This world's 6th largest GDP, I believe.
Yeah.
Just this state.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude went from, he was a bodybuilder and egoed his way out of bodybuilder into movies, and everybody bought it. And then he egoed his way. And I'm not faulting him for it. It's just pure confidence is what this guy has exuded.
Yeah.
So ever since I've seen him, pumping iron onward, it was the same Arnold, just swaggering. It's the swagger's gone a little bit, but that's to be expected.
He's older now. He's had the heart attacks. Yeah.
Testosterone is not what it once was.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's wildly impressive. The guy's story is pretty stinking amazing.
Yeah. And you could argue that even at the beginning, he only had a couple of like questionable movies before, boom, he slid into doing great work and attracting people who were on the come up, like James Cameron, like Shane Black, like other people who were involved in his success. Ivan Reitman in Twins, Kindergarten Cop, then James Cameron again for True Lies. So certainly there were a lot of people that he was able to bring into his atmosphere and elevate their material for early on in his career. And this is a guy who had trouble with the language at times, but was able to get across eventually what he wanted to get across.
Yeah, he can. And once he settled into knowing what he did best.
Yeah.
He had a nice rhythm. You know exactly what you're getting, which is what you're tuning in for.
Yeah.
This monstrously jacked guy wielding double machine guns, and you buying it because he's just so fucking huge. It's ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous. He throws a saw blade at a guy, that sounds about right. Just over the top. I mean, it's been his persona for such a long time. It's an interesting character, married into American political royalty.
Great point. Yep.
Yeah. Confidence his way into that. Like the dude is good. He is unquestionably. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. You're right, but age has caught up with him. He's humble. He's been humbled at times by age. The scandal with his maid. Certainly the rumors of him cheating on Maria for a number of years. Those kinds of things. That's hubris. That's ego. But eventually, you get knocked down and you have to climb back up again. That's life. But he's just one of those guys that people create a special place for in their hearts once they attach to him and kind of like allow him to come back, allow him to kind of repair his image. So, he's got a lot of goodwill.
Yeah, we'll see what the next years, transpire for him.
Yeah.
It's been up and down since his governorship. He's made some good movies, but nobody's really seen him.
Right. Yeah.
And then, the last Terminator tanked.
Yeah, sadly. So even though I think that's the best one since the second one, but me too. I don't know if drama's ever going to be in his future. He's tried a couple of drama things, but he just doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't have that extra thing to make you believe fully what he's doing.
I liked Maggie. Enough. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I'm saying consistently enough. He hasn't.
Yeah.
Because I saw that one with the air traffic controller one, and I was like, "Oof, that wasn't so."
Well,
good.
Which one was that?
Well, he's a dad whose daughter, I think, has died on an airplane crash, and he finds out that it was an air traffic controller who had made a mistake, and so he goes to try to make that guy's life a living hell in exchange for having killed his daughter. So
for his guilt.
Yeah, for his guilt.
So he goes Roadhouse on the dude's life.
Basically. And poor Scoot McNairy plays the guy. So
what a terrible premise. It was the air traffic controller. This is unique and original. No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. I forget what it's called, but yeah, that was a part of his life. I think he's got to write a memoir, doesn't he? I think he's at this point now where he can go back. I'm sure he's written some biographies or co-written or ghostwritten somebody. But like there must be a clamoring for him to write about his experiences, in a larger, thicker format, for God's sakes. So maybe that's next in his life.
Perhaps
a TV show could be fun.
Sure. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah. I like the idea of an old superhero coming back. That would be fun. All right. What do we got next?
Thank you to Lawrence.
Yes. Thank you, Lawrence.
The next one comes from Fred-tastic. Says, hey, Matt and Broca, thanks for taking my email. I listened to the Top 10 Redo podcast and had a blast. However, it spawned a question I wanted to ask you. Here goes. If you could go back in time, which actors would you remove from a bad movie before it could be made? For example, when I thought of this, it immediately brought to mind De Niro and Rocky and Bullwinkle. Have a great day, and I will be listening. Fred Castillo. Let's see. Which actors would you remove from a bad movie before it could be made?
Oh, interesting. So you want to remove
to what? Save their career type of thing?
I guess maybe. Yeah.
It didn't really hurt De Niro, though.
Nothing can hurt De Niro, man.
Yeah.
He's
I mean, look, Gary Oldman's got a huge chunk of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Fassbender. Who else? I still enjoy the actor, although Oldman's good, but Fassbender I'm starting to worry about.
Yeah, I would take Fassbender out of Snowman, that horrible movie that he did with him.
I couldn't watch it. I tried to.
Ooh, it's horrific, man. Horrific. Is there? I mean, Clooney's kind of fallen. I would take Clooney out of Batman and Robin. I guess I would try to talk him out of it because I think that was the beginning of chinks in the armor for Clooney as a Hollywood star, and then eventually he repaired it, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, he became Oscar bait every year. 3-4 years after that. So I think he's all right. But yeah, but he doesn't make blockbusters.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't do those. Yeah,
neither does Pitt and DiCaprio ish. Let's see who else.
Good actors out of bad movies.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like more the Rocky Bullwinkle where they're already at a height. And then you're like, well, what were we thinking here? Like Pacino in that Sandler movie.
Oh, God. Yes. Jack and Jill. Oh,
but
yeah.
At the same time, you kind of knew what you were getting from a Sandler movie. So it wasn't unexpected. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I didn't see it all. So I am speaking on, third-hand accounts or second-hand accounts from everybody else that saw it. But it just it was a Sandler movie. It wasn't really made for anybody not above a certain age is what I'm assuming.
Are there movies that come out with actors that kill their careers after they've been on the ascension? I wonder.
There's got to be.
I want to look this up real quick. Let's see if maybe we can jog our brains a little bit.
Well, Miles Turner.
Killed
or not Miles Turner, but Miles Teller.
Miles Teller?
Well, Fantastic Four. Had that been huge, then he would have been probably in a couple summer blockbusters since then.
Right, right.
Let's see. Who else? Who else got killed? Who's that dude number 4? I Am Number 4.
Oh, yeah.
It was on, I don't know, like One Tree Hill or something like that.
He's got an unusual name, too.
Yeah.
I forget what his name is.
But I just remember the hype around that and be like, if this is big, this dude's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then I saw it and I was like, that was kind of dull.
Yeah. Let's see. Nope. Madonna. Nope. Mike Myers and the Love Guru. Would you take Mike Myers out of the Love Guru? He kind of didn't do anything else after that.
I mean, you take Mike Myers out of Love Guru, there is no Love Guru.
That's a good point. What about Demi Moore out of Striptease? She was kind of moving back up into her prominence, and that film came out and it kind of like, boo.
I've seen like half of it.
Okay.
A third of it, something like that.
Gina Davis in Cutthroat Island, Matt. What about that one?
That's a good one.
Right?
Yeah, because that killed the fucking pirate genre.
Yeah.
As well.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until Pirates. But yeah, that's a good one because it kind of killed Modine as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Modine kind of fell off after that one. That's a great point. Yeah.
That's a twofer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do you have like a list of huge box office bombs in front of you?
Not huge. Or John Travolta in Battlefield Earth, but John Travolta he's fine. Like a cat, man. He's got 9 lives, man.
Yeah, dude, just shave his head and give him a goatee, and now it's, Bangkok Connection or whatever stupid name you want to get. Boom, John Travolta makes that movie.
Or Cat. What about Halle Berry and Catwoman? Do you take her out of that?
Yeah, sure. But if they make the same choices, do you blame her? You know what I mean? If the basketball scene is still in there and the CGI looks strange at times, and
right.
It's like, then if they just put a different actress in, then no, I don't think that saves the day on that.
How about Kevin Costner in Waterworld? I mean, after that film, he had the one.
Was it did Postman come after this, or Postman or whatever?
Postman was right after this. Yeah,
I think that was the one too. You know what I mean?
That was it. Yeah, bang bang. Yeah.
Like great gut punch, uppercut, and just like boom, you're out, bro.
Yeah, because Waterworld's 95. Then he kind of saves a little bit by doing Tin Cup, but then Postman is 97, and that's pretty much like he had landed a Tin Cup shot to stay in the fight, and then Postman came out and was like, bam! That was the uppercut, and he was doing smaller films after that.
Yeah,
never quite came back to being
the
status.
But how big a box office success was Tin Cup? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good question. What was the box office for Tin Cup? Oh, here's another one. Cuba Gooding Jr. and Boat Trip. There was no going back after that.
True.
He had won the Oscar. He was on the ascendancy, and then he did that movie.
Well, wasn't Snow Dogs right around the same time as well?
Yeah, Snow Dogs as well. Yeah. The budget for Tin Cup, $45 million. The box office, $75. So not a hit.
I mean, it made money, so that's good. But then he went back to Postman was
97, right?
Exactly. Yeah, but that was that'll save me from Waterworld.
Right.
Both are such weird movies.
I don't know why you agree to them. Like, what are you trying to prove in that?
Well, movie? Waterworld was him.
That's right. I mean, he didn't direct it, but he made it happen. That's for sure.
Yeah, and he's calling for extra reshoots and.
Oh, right.
They took forever. That thing ran crazy over budget. And I want to say Postman was, him again.
Yeah. What about Meg Ryan in Proof of Life? Like, that was pretty much it for her because she cheated on Dennis Quaid, I think, with
Russell
Crowe. And then she did the plastic surgery and no judgment, whatever. It's your life, whatever you want to do. But I think she got kind of dinged for that, rightfully or wrongfully. And then in the end, she said in 2019 in the New York Times interview, she said that the fallout from Proof of Life and her affair with Crowe was a big turning point of her career. I felt the effect like I was the bad guy. And then In the Cut came out 2 years later.
Oh,
yeah.
Forgot about In the Cut.
Yeah, she said, I felt done when they felt done, probably with Hollywood. So, yeah, she was going to be untouchable. She was going to be the Sandra Bullock. In essence, it was Sandra Bullock and Meg Ryan battling for that status up until the 2000s. Then Megan had that situation and Sandra took off. Like, it was because they're essentially the same kind of energy and actress, even though they look different. The energy is the same, and Bullock took off, man.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never really thought about them as parallels, but it works.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a shame. She's still great. Whenever you get a chance to see her, she's still great. It's still fun to see her do stuff, but
it'd be tough for me to recall the last time I saw her in something.
Oh yeah, what was the last thing I saw her in? Jesus, it's been a bit too. Yeah,
I'd have to look at her IMDb. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but she was one. She was in that Curb Your Enthusiasm in 2009. She was in The Women. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because In the Cut, and right after that's Against the Ropes, which is a weird two boxing film for her to do.
Well, it came out in a boxing slew. I think Play It to the Bone was within like a year of that, and there was another one or two in that mix. And I was like, all right, we're getting some boxing. We got boxing comedies. The Damon Wayans one, Great White Hype with.
Oh yeah, Great White Hype. Yeah.
And I think Peter Berg is the white fighter in that.
Yes. Yeah. Director Peter Berg now.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you're looking at her through the 90s, you've got coming out with Harry Met Sally's 89. So then she jumps into The Doors. Whatever your feelings are about The Doors. Then there's Sleepless in Seattle. So she's back on top. When a Man Loves a Woman. IQ is very cute. French Kiss is very cute.
Yep.
Courage Under Fire, strong dramatic performance there.
Sure.
The Voice in Anastasia, which is one of the best underrated animated films. City of Angels got attention. Then You've Got Mail in 98. Boom. And then after that, it's Proof of Life, Kate and Leopold, which maybe, and then In the Cut, Against the Ropes. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a situation there. So very interesting, man.
Yeah, she was untouchable.
Mm-hmm. Last thing she did was in 2018. It was a TV series called Picture Paris, which was
I did not see that.
Yeah, I don't think it ever even came out. So they might have just put the kibosh on it. Ithaca was the last movie she did in 2015. She directed it. So just to kind of work, I guess.
I have not seen it.
Damn, this is a shame. So what is she doing now? What is she fucking doing now?
I don't know. You know, I actually kind of like Proof of Life.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's good.
Yeah.
You know,
even Caruso couldn't sink that one. You're right. It was good. No offense. I mean, at the time, David was doing these movies. People were not going to see David's movies. You know.
Yeah. There's no way to not to be offensive. That's throwing no offense at the end doesn't negate.
I'm just saying. You know.
Yeah, basically saying I don't mean to be extra disrespectful, but here's some disrespect.
It's a little bit,
just a little bit. Yeah, well, I mean, his film career before that is a testament to that sentiment entirely.
Yeah,
the talk was at the time, wow, he's leaving NYPD Blue pretty quick,
mm-hmm.
And then film career did not take off.
Nope. Kiss of Death, Jade.
Kiss of Death is terrible.
Yeah, Kiss of Death is, even for a Nicolas Cage overdone film, it's kind of terrible.
Jade's all right.
And then Body Count, Deadlocked, which was a TV movie, and then Proof of Life, and then Session 9, which I think was fantastic, but a last gasp, so to speak. So yeah, interesting. All right, should we move on to where are we at? Actually, 22 minutes. Should we do another one?
Yeah, let's move on. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you, Fred. Absolutely. Matt Jansen says, hey, guys, Super Bowl 55 was a bit of a dud. In your unbiased opinion, what is the greatest Super Bowl of all time? Thanks, Matt Jansen. All right. If you remove my biased eyes, your biased eyes, objectively, can we come up with the greatest Super Bowl of all time?
Just a good game.
Yes.
That, was it Titans Rams?
That was a good one.
You got taken down to 2.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, they were both great teams.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like a lot of fun. I know he's on the ground already and he's just trying to reach, knowing that inevitably he didn't make it. It's brutal.
Was that for the winning touchdown or the tying touchdown?
That would have been to win the game.
Wow. So the Rams were 2 yards away from losing 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
With all the hype around them.
Greatest
because the
show
next
on
year
turf.
they come back. Yeah, the next year they come back and the Patriots beat them on that field goal. Damn.
Well, I mean, the Rams exploded.
Yes.
Out of nowhere. Kurt was fucking bagging groceries.
I know.
Like 18 months before that first season, all of a sudden it's like, how did everybody miss this dude?
Yeah.
How is that possible? It's one thing when you see that because I want to say somebody came in this year and last year they were bagging groceries, doing something akin to that. They're all like skill positions, so to speak, but it wasn't quarterback. And just like quarterback there's a reason there's only 5.
Yeah.
Legit quarterbacks. And guess what? Andy Dalton is one of them. Woo!
Congratulations, Matt. Andy Dalton is your quarterback.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. That's fucking it's there's 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So
there's not that many out there. There's not that many free agents that were worth the damn. And the Bears tried to get
Russell Wilson.
That was a hell of a package, man. 3 first-round picks.
Worth it.
Wow, man. Yeah, it turns your entire franchise around to have a guy like that. You don't need first-round picks if you got a guy like that putting you in the mix every year.
Proven year in, year out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
about 90% of the time, you need a top tier quarterback to have a shot to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
They're the Trent Dilfers and the Joe Flaccos that every once and again sneak through. But by and large, it's you need a stud. That's the one true thing you need.
Mm-hmm.
We're all looking at Pat Mahomes going, fuck you, Kansas City. That dude, so long as he can stay healthy, is going to rule the league for the next 8 years.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. If he can stay healthy. He's had some weird health issues.
Yeah, true.
But now the guys are playing to 49. The Aaron Rodgers is going to be slinging the ball for another 9 years.
At least.
Yeah. So long as he can keep putting up stats. But Tom Brady's kind of proven.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Another good Super Bowl. I mean, that Patriots Hawks one was good.
Yeah, the Patriots Seahawks one was fantastic. That was a great back.
Well, I mean, Atlanta.
The comeback. Sure. Yeah.
Just a anomaly within Super Bowl.
Yeah.
History. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. I put the Patriots Seahawks one as well. The fact that you call that boneheaded call there from Pete Carroll in that moment, or Russell, whoever called the play.
You got Marshawn.
What a dumb move, man. I would actually throw the Steelers Cardinals one. That one looked like a rout in the first half, and the Cardinals came storming back in the second half, and it took an incredible drive by the Steelers and a pinpoint touchdown catch by Sanders, I think, at the end, right out of the end of the end zone to win the game. So
that corner.
Yeah. So that's one of those fantastic Super Bowls. Now, I didn't see the Pittsburgh Dallas one in the 70s. I'm sure that sounded like it was a great Super Bowl. I mean, I think the Redskins Dolphins one, I think it's not necessarily great but it's signified by that great moment of 4th and 1 run for the touchdown to essentially win the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's not a classic Super Bowl. So
yeah,
but it's
neither is, my Bears. That's the first Super Bowl that I remember, but it's not a classic because they crushed them. They crushed them. So it's not a good game. It's like that San Fran versus Cincinnati.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I remember watching that going into it because I lived close to Cincinnati. So it was like, I wasn't from there, but at least I had some. It's like, it's a few hours away.
Yeah.
It's, it's something.
Right.
And like that game was boring. Or San Fran versus the Chargers. That game was not good.
Oh yeah. Was that Humphreys? Who was the quarterback? Yeah, I think it was Humphreys.
Yeah, it might have been Stan. Yeah. Was it Stan Humphreys?
Stan Humphreys, man. Wasn't that the quarterback?
Could have been.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
I think it was Stan Humphreys, and it was because I remember that being a thing for us in Washington. Like, oh, that son of a bitch got to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you got it happens.
No one thought he was going to win, though.
Let's see, what other classics have there been?
Has it been like pretty much blowouts?
What about the Giants versus the Bills with the missed field goal?
Oh yeah, huh? That was a tight
good
game.
One.
20-19.
Yeah. I was pulling for the Giants, but I didn't really care.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, just right down to the end and be like, oh my God, he fucking missed it. Oh, you feel so bad. What was it, Scott Norwood?
Yeah, Norwood. Yep.
You feel so bad for him, but at the same time, just like, oh, you fucking missed it, man. That sucks.
That's true.
That's
so true.
It felt good for the Giants fans. The Steve Hofstetter run.
Oh, yeah, man. Woof.
Yeah, came in for a hurt Phil Simms.
Hostetler? Yeah, Hostetler was great. He came play for the Redskins afterwards, which was pretty sad.
He had some shine from that. How could you not?
I guess. Yeah. Just like we brought in Fitzy, 15-year veteran Fitzy. So there you go.
I would take him over Dalton.
You would take Fitzy over Dalton? Dalton at least won some. Well, I guess maybe you're right. I
think Fitz, Matt, like 16 games, you're not going to get 16 good games out of him.
No, you're not out of Fitz. No way.
Not going to happen.
It was aggravating turnovers, man.
But if you can get 4 to 5 where he is the difference, the defense can get you 2 to 4, you're making the playoffs.
Yeah, I think we got a shot to win 9 or 10 games.
You got a shot. You got a young, intriguing team.
Yeah. We just
can they put it all together?
Just picked up that receiver, Curtis Samuel. Paid him $34 million. Holy shit.
That means nothing.
I don't know. $34 million, though.
He's not guaranteed. How much was guaranteed money of $34 million? And how many years is it over? How many years of the contract are voidable?
It's a good question. It's a good question because I know the entire Taysom Hill contract is
it's voidable.
Voidable.
The number is utterly meaningless.
Yeah.
So you just have to look for guaranteed money. Like Mahomes, the structure of his deal is super interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Every year after year, I think it's 4 is technically voidable. But to get around it, because all contracts are voidable after a certain point, if he is rostered the season before, it automatically guarantees his next season.
Yeah.
So they're kind of locked in. They have to make a 2-year decision. So he's going to get his money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wide receivers, not so much.
I don't know if you saw this, just came over the thing. Trubisky is going to Buffalo as the backup. Wow.
I think he could very well be an excellent backup.
Wow. Okay. All right.
If Jared Allen goes out for like 2 games, he can give you 2 games.
Yeah.
If he's cold, one of those, that sucks, but hopefully he comes in, one to prove he can still play. He can win you 2 games.
Yeah.
High water mark you're going to get him is like 4 to 5, I think, max. And then you need the defense to do everything else. Welcome to Chicago. Pretty much my entire life. Certain years, it's the defense got us 11 this year. I mean, I love that about my team. We show up and we play D, and we always have. And for whatever reason, just had good defensive coordinators and players and schemes. It's worked for us. But a fucking quarterback. That's all I want. Seriously, a fucking quarterback, man. One time. Could have had Deshaun. Nobody knew anything about Mahomes. Nobody knew anything about it. And so I was pulling for Deshaun. That's who I wanted. And then we traded up to get Trubisky. And I don't watch college football, so like maybe he's good. And then people were clowning on it instantly. And you're like, that's not a good sign. But yeah, one time. That's all I want.
One time. Is that too much?
Just one.
One fucking time. Oh,
because right now it's Jay Cutler is the best quarterback I've seen on our team.
Jesus. I'm sorry.
It's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Big Jimmy in the 80s had a season and a half, 2 years.
Yep.
Cutler at least put up technically high caliber numbers for longer than that. But he seemed like he was not fun to play with. So
didn't seem like it, right? He seemed like a guy who, I mean, what's his face? Urlacher calling him out in that passive aggressive way that he did. Like, guy can't show up,
Yeah, no, he sucked.
Yeah.
Dude, you can find clips of him, like when they split him wide in a trick play type of thing.
Yeah.
And he's a wide receiver. And the ball snaps, and then he just turns and puts his hands on his hips and like a sulky Superman pose and looks back at the play as it unfolds. He doesn't even attempt to make it look like he's anything other than, and you're like, dude, it's team sport. You have to go along with it. Otherwise, if you're not going to try, nobody else is going to try. You're supposed to be the captain. Even if it's just run 3 yards and push a dude as hard as you can, everybody be like, well, you help sell it early on. And that's when that play is going to make or break.
Yep. Absolutely.
Wow.
But
we're not the worst franchise. So that there's something there. Hey,
there's something to hang your head on. All right. Well, we're at the 33-minute mark. We should wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for your questions. Matt Jansen, Fred Tastic, Lawrence Witt. Really appreciate it. If you're a $5 and above patron, you can send in your thoughts, questions, and comments. We've got a stack of them, but we always could use more. And if you haven't joined the Patreon, you should totally do that. It's $5. You can go $5 or as much as you'd like to donate. $5 and above get you some perks. We're doing these things now, these live top 10 shows every couple of weeks. We're doing them on Thursdays at noon PT for the $10 and above patrons. You get to watch us do the show unfiltered, uncut. You get to throw in your comments, get them read on screen or brought on screen. All of that is the perks. And then everyone else has to wait till Tuesday for the show, but you get early dibs on the topic and the actual full show. So those are the perks you get when you're at $10 and above, and it's $5 and above to send in here. But yeah, it's just price of Starbucks for one day. You pay one time the whole month, and you're covered with great content.
And you get a shout out at the end of the month.
Yes, that as well. You get your name read by one of us in our dulcet tones. All right, that's it from us. We appreciate everybody and all the patrons. Thank you so much for sending your comments and your questions, and we will talk to you next time on another brand new episode of Topic
Thunder.